Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for All New Wolverine, Issue 1. Before I start talking about this book, just want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 120, and that's the show where I review all the comics I've read this week in one show, and here are the exclusive comics. We got Birthright, Issue 11, The Illuminati, Issue 1, Heroes Vengeance, Issue 2, Tales of Terror, Volume 2, Issue 2, Justice League United, Issue 15, Limbo, Issue 1, Justice League Darkseid War, Green Lantern, Issue 1. The Ultimates, Issue 1. Robin Hood, Issue 16. Spider-Man 2099, Issue 3. Mirror's Edge, Issue 3. Zodiac Star Force, Issue 3. Batman Superman, Issue 26. All New Hawkeye, Issue 1. Starfire, Issue 6. Batman and Robin Eternal, Issue 6. Catwoman, Issue 46. Slash and Burn, Issue 1. The Darkseid War Shazam, Issue 1. Thor's, Issue 4. So if you want to go check out all those reviews, go to Comic Uno, episode 120, which is annotated. But let's start talking about All New Wolverine, Issue 1. So I was super excited to read this book. This is probably one of my most anticipated books for All New, All Different. Because I feel like Laura's a character that is really under the radar. Maybe not, I would say underused. That's the best word to put it. She had the X23, her own ongoing for a little while. It didn't last too long. She had a couple miniseries here and there. She was on a couple teams, most recently All New X-Men, but really has never had, I feel, a chance to shine. And I'm really glad that she's the one who's taking over the new Wolverine mantle. I think she's the one who deserves it. So it's great to see that. And also seeing Tom Taylor on this book. Tom Taylor is one of my favorite writers, and I really like how he handles female characters. So I'm like, yes, perfect person to be writing Laura as Wolverine. So let's start talking about the artwork. I like the artwork for the most part. Really like the action throughout the whole issue. Some things that really stick out to me is there's one scene where Laura is falling off the plane. She's falling off the side of a plane, and she lunges towards it. First of all, great image there. It makes it look a little 3D because of the paneling. But anyway, so go back to that scene where she's slipping off the plane and she uses her claw from her foot. And I think that's really cool for new readers who don't know that she has a claw on her foot. And I'm like, yo, that's an awesome way to use her claw there. I thought that was pretty cool. And also the rain is a great effect throughout the whole issue. Really enjoyed that. So overall, I like the artwork. Some of the facial expressions could be a little better. I feel like Laura's lips has a little bit too many lines over here. But those are just really small nitpicks throughout the issue. But if there is an issue with a bit more emotion, I hope we can really get that in future issues. Alright, so let's start talking about the actual story. So, in this issue, we get to see Laura is going against this masked opponent. We don't really know who it is, but we see the masked opponent jumps off the Eiffel Tower. I think it was the Eiffel Tower. It was a high place, and Laura is wondering, how, I need to get her. I need to figure out what's going on in her mind, because it seems like this character is very numb. She'll really just do anything, to kind of bother Laura at this point. So you want to understand this character's motives. Like, what is she doing? Who is she? As the audience member, it seems like Laura knows who she is, though. So we find out that Angel's actually a supporting character in this issue. And Angel is helping out Laura, and Laura actually finds her opponent dead after there's this big explosion, and she's trying to get the plane. There's all action stuff going on throughout the issue, but she finds her dead. And the big cliffhanger is, and that's going to motivate the story, is that the masked vigilante or masked opponent was Laura's clone. Now, if you don't know, if you're a new reader to Laura or X23, she is the clone of Wolverine. So I think that's a really, really interesting cliffhanger. Now, I think some people are going to think, oh, more clones. Ugh, we have enough clones. But I think that's a really cool spin on Laura's character, because Laura's always been this very loner type character, and she's never felt that she's good enough. She's never felt human because she was the clone of Wolverine. How do I become myself? What am I? Who am I? Do I have a personality, or am I just a clone of Logan? Am I just a weapon? because she was created to defeat Logan, and was that always her purpose? And throughout her appearances, we see that she's grown. You know, she's grown as a person, she's grown as an individual, to become something else. And that's why I think also the Angel thing is so important, because Angel's a character in All New X-Men that Laura was able to connect to and kind of open up to, and she doesn't do that a lot. She doesn't open up to a lot of people. She has to Logan because they've had a relationship throughout the years, but Angel, especially a romantic relationship, it's kind of cool to see that balance. And there's a really cool scene in this issue where Laura gets hurt and Angel's ready to hug her. It's like, and she's like, no, wait, don't. It's like, oh, you don't want, like, public affection or whatever? It's like, no, I have every bone in my body right now broken. Just give me a minute. But I think it was also Laura's like, no, I don't want to, do that. She isn't a person about public affection, but she's like, yeah, you think I'd be scared of that? I'm like, yeah, I think she would be scared of that. So I like that. I like that idea, again, looking into Laura's emotions. So going back to it, why I think that clone ending was so well done is because I think Laura is going to have to be a mentor to these clones and show them what it means to feel. Because we also learned in this issue that their pain was taken away, physically taken away from them. So how do you feel if you can't even feel pain? So I'm intrigued to see where that story is going to go. I think for any character to have a clone, it should be Laura. That's a really cool twist. And I'm curious to see who's behind that. I think it's a good place to go for our All New Wolverine book. So I think Laura is going to have to be Wolverine in a lot of ways. Not just taking the title, but she's going to have to be Logan, that mentor. I think that's the direction they're going with it. But yeah, this issue is really well done. Again, I'm excited that Angel's a secondary character. I think that's a character that fits obviously very well for the book. It helps because Laura's not just going to have an interior monologue. It's also going to be interacting with characters. I thought it was a great cliffhanger, great first issue, honestly. It really got me excited to read more of Wolverine and more of Laura. And it was a really good action-packed issue. It felt like an opening scene of a movie. And I'm excited to see what route it goes in. So All New Wolverine issue 1 gets 4.5 stars from me. Really enjoyed it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic You Know. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, in the description below, there's links from my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.